Well, it's fitting that we end the year with this passage in John chapter 8 this morning. Jesus says, "I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will not walk in darkness, but will have the light of life." Folks, haven't we seen this year in 2020 the reality of the darkness of the world that we live in? Both through just the brokenness of creation, through the virus that we've all been impacted by, through the sin of injustice as we've seen inequality and racism breaking down society, as we've seen economic injustice as well, people running away with millions of our pounds that we have worked really hard for and then them taking it away for seemingly not a lot of work at all. And it is fitting that we end the year fixed on the light of the world. At this time of the year, particularly during this Advent season, and maybe this year more than any other, we need the light of the world to break into the darkness. And that is what God has done in sending his son, Jesus Christ, 2,000 years ago to put on human flesh. He was bringing light into the darkness of humanity. And where there is light, there is life. You know that things don't grow in the darkness. Only things that are ugly and diseased maybe grow in the darkness, but things grow in the light. They flourish in the light. They grow to their full and true potential in their light. And when Jesus comes and brings the light of his gospel, this good news that even though we are sinful, that we are walking in darkness, that he brings hope in the midst of that he gives us his life in exchange for our sin as he dies on the cross and rises again. That is the light of the gospel. And that hope that he brings gives us an opportunity to truly flourish, to have the life that God always intended us to be the humans that he always intended us to be truly men and women who are created in the image of God and walking in the ways that he has before us. So at the end of this year, can I encourage us all to fix our eyes on the light of the world, to see the hope that Jesus brings into the darkness. And this is the thing about the gospel. It's not based on our circumstance. No matter what has happened this year and no matter what is to come in 2021, let's not kid ourselves that it's going to be any better than 2020. But no matter what comes, the gospel will bring its light to bear on our lives, if only we fix our eyes on the one who brings it. Jesus is the light of the world. Jesus is our hope in the darkness. Jesus has been the one who has been at work throughout 2020 and will continue to work in the lives of those who are his in 2021. And the way that he will work in his people next year will be as light, to have us shine as lights in the darkness. Isn't that what he calls his church? We are a city on a hill. We are a lamp on a lampstand. And he wants us to shine light. So would you do that as we enter into this new year? Fix your eyes on the light, and as he shines his light on you, reflect that light to the world around you. A world that is still walking in darkness. A world that needs light. A world that needs Jesus.